The situation at Red Bull regarding Max Verstappen's future has become clearer following recent developments. After Christian Horner's departure, Helmut Marko has stepped up to handle press duties, bringing more openness to team communications. Marko's recent comments have hinted that the alleged meeting between Verstappen and Toto Wolff in Sardinia likely happened. What exactly was discussed or decided during this encounter remains unknown. Looking at driver changes across the grid, Franco Colapinto faces an uncertain future. Recent reports suggest his time at Alpine might be ending soon, with some believing Silverstone could have been his last race with the squad. Former F1 racer Riccardo Petrella has spoken about Flavio Briatore's unpredictable leadership style, calling him erratic and questioning Colapinto's job security at the team. The next few weeks will be important as rumours continue about Valtteri Bottas possibly joining Cadillac, along with other moves at Alpine. Alpine offers an interesting prospect for next season as they switch to Mercedes engines. Many believe Mercedes might become the top team next year, though McLaren stays competitive. Both Williams and Alpine expect big improvements in their performance levels. Even though Alpine sits at the bottom of the standings, they have 19 points more than any previous last-place team, showing their odd situation. The team expects major progress, with Briatore determined to make smart choices to reach this target, yet real advancement hasn't appeared so far. Many drivers have been linked with Cadillac seats. Pato O'Ward, the IndyCar racer connected to McLaren who has tried well at the Indy 500, rejected talk about joining Cadillac, comparing these stories to fake rumors about Fernando Alonso dating Taylor Swift. Cadillac bosses have confirmed they're looking at several options. Their list features Mick Schumacher, Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez, Yuki Tsunoda, Felipe Drugovich, Frederick Vesti, and Liam Lawson, who seems headed for a Red Bull seat. The team has shown interest in eventually getting an American driver, though Colton Herta doesn't fit their current timeline. A racer from the Americas, especially Mexico, could work well for their goals. Mick Schumacher has admitted talks are happening, calling the choice difficult while recognizing pressure for a deal. Jack Doohan has apparently been in touch, with fresh gossip suggesting his involvement might be real. Cadillac's plan seems focused on getting a veteran driver, whether that ends up being Perez, Bottas, or another experienced racer. The question becomes whether to match this experience with another seasoned driver or choose rising talent. While experience brings clear advantages, growing raw talent makes sense if it includes an American driver, fitting their future plans. But current signs suggest this won't happen, making things harder for drivers like Schumacher or Doohan. Aston Martin has confirmed their loyalty to their existing driver pair. Andy Cowell, the former Mercedes engine boss during their winning years, now leads Aston Martin as team principal. He has verified that both Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll have deals running through 2026 and possibly longer. Stroll works under a rolling 1+1 system that gets regular updates, while Alonso's commitment through 2026 is confirmed. The chance for change in this setup seems small, with only Max Verstappen becoming available, possibly shifting things. If Verstappen goes to Mercedes or if Mercedes turns him down, Aston Martin could become another option. However, this outcome looks doubtful given worries about the Honda engine's strength for 2026. Many Honda staff moved to Red Bull powertrains, creating questions about Honda's ability to keep their recent gains from the end of the current rules era, especially after fixing their troubled McLaren partnership. Only Verstappen becoming free or possibly George Russell becoming available through Verstappen joining Mercedes could change Aston Martin's plans. Teams with Aston Martin's goals can't be trusted regarding their public statements. Cowell has shown confidence in their Honda engine setup for 2026, saying it works perfectly with their chassis and gearbox systems. Given Cowell's skill in creating winning powertrains, maybe the Honda engine will be impressive, but earlier rumors suggested Honda was behind their development schedule with little fresh news about their progress. The engine's performance will be crucial, as nobody doubts Aston Martin's danger level with Adrian Newey's help and the aerodynamic potential they might reach. Success depends on engine performance. Cowell stays positive, which shows Formula One's habit of certain teams showing confidence while others stay quiet. Ferrari has always done this with their constant hope about next season. Aston Martin might be taking a similar approach. Liam Lawson has made sharp comments about his situation, showing confidence as his recent drives have gotten better. When asked if he deserved more chances, Lawson said he should have gotten 6 months in the RB20, stressing his need for time that wasn't given. His view seems right, and maybe he feels brave enough to speak openly now that Horner has left. The choice likely involved both Horner and Helmut Marko. Marko reportedly got feedback from mechanics and engineers saying Lawson was mentally affected and couldn't handle the car, leading to his removal. Honda's push to put Yuki Tsunoda in the seat influenced this choice. The strategy hasn't brought much better results, and Lawson, watching Tsunoda's similar problems, probably feels right to criticize Red Bull Racing's choices. Lawson's fighting attitude about Red Bull Racing's choice to move him back to the Racing Bulls team, along with his claim that 6 months would have been right, creates an interesting situation. The choice to promote Lawson initially wasn't necessarily wrong, but maybe keeping Tsunoda from the season's beginning would have made more sense, or keeping Lawson after his first placement might have helped, especially considering Tsunoda's lack of prep time compared to Lawson's early season benefits, including Bahrain testing access. Fresh talk has come up about the 2026 car designs and rule changes. While ground effect ideas will continue, they will be much reduced compared to current use. QVIS Designs has shown floor comparisons between 2020, 2025, and 2026 versions. Earlier generation floors had flat designs, though floors naturally create downforce through their design regardless of Venturi tunnel use. The clear difference among these three setups is the 2025 version with its big Venturi tunnels that create main floor downforce. The 2026 design removes these tunnels completely, while 2026 floors show more complexity than 2020 versions with many elements present. The Venturi tunnel system has been dropped in favor of a mostly flat floor method. This change might allow the return of rake ideas that Red Bull previously liked. Another useful comparison shows the depth and complexity of current tunnels and channels through which airflow moves in 2025, contrasting with both 2020 and 2026 designs. While 2020 and 2026 versions include various elements, they don't feed into Venturi channels like the current system. The diffuser sections also show big changes between these periods. These cars stay Formula One vehicles with aerodynamic parts throughout, but the basic method differs greatly from initial expectations. Rather than keeping Venturi systems at reduced levels, the idea has been basically removed, requiring floors to create downforce through completely different methods. Ferrari keeps having troubles, particularly with understeer problems during qualifying that have lasted for years. This issue started in 2022 when upgrades brought at Silverstone in France led them down a failed development path from which they haven't recovered. This situation shows Ferrari's pattern of starting well in 2022, then hitting various problems made worse by ineffective upgrades. Despite reportedly changing 99% of their car for this season, similar issues continue. Toto Wolff has suggested patience with Fred Vasseur, saying he needs trust and time to manage the team well. Red Bull Racing has faced growing talk about Verstappen's possible Mercedes move over recent weeks. While Horner's departure happened and the Verstappen family may have influenced this choice, this doesn't guarantee Max's continued stay at Red Bull next season, as Eric Vinharen and others have stressed. Recent theories suggested Toto Wolff and Max Verstappen held a short meeting in Sardinia, backed by good evidence. Verstappen's plane landed in Sardinia for about 5 hours before leaving, while tracking data showed Wolff's yacht was in the same area. Also, Verstappen's yacht was reportedly in the same location, suggesting he may have moved from his plane to his yacht. Shared images apparently showed both Toto's and Max's yachts close together, though checking remains uncertain. This timing seems more than chance. Following this supposed Sardinian meeting happening shortly after Horner's removal, talk arose about possible agreements or early discussions. More likely, this gave Wolff a chance to understand Verstappen's plans following Horner's departure. Verstappen's 5-hour stay while Wolff was clearly in the area seems too short and